So we need to find the slope of a line. I'm going to draw in here. You have something like this. And what is the line we have? I'm going to write the coordinates for this line, I think. Is 2, 3. It's going to pass in here. This is the line. Maybe if we extend this one, is going to touch my graph in this point. I'm going to extend this one too. Okay, tell me.
Ya sabe cuáles son los números de páginas de las tareas de cada fecha.
My God. So the points we have in here, the first point we have is 2.3. 2 for x and 3 for y. So I'm going to write the coordinates in here, 2.3. And for the other one, we have 1 for x and 1 for y. So the other point is 1, 1. So we are going to find the slope, and what formula used to find the slope? M is equal y2 minus y1. I'm going to use the parentheses to separate in here. This is going to be divided by the values of x. So you have x2 minus x1. Okay? And we replace what is going to be the point with the coordinates. What is the point number 2? Using these 2 points, we can find the difference. So this is going to be the point number 2. And this is going to be the point number 1. How I know what is the point 1 and what is the point 2? Because the point 1 is the first that I have. My graph starts in here, so it's going to in this direction. So the first point is this one, and the second one is this. In the book, they don't use all the formula, only they replace the values for y and for x, but we can do the same. And we are going to find the value. For example, m is equal, and we replace the values. y2 is the value of y that is located on the point number 2. So it's 3 minus the value of y that is located in the point number 1 is 1. This is going to be divided by the values of x. What are the values for x? The first point is 2, the coordinate 2, so 2 minus the value for x that is located on the point number 1. So I have this, and when we subtract, we obtain that the slope m is going to be equal 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 divided by 2 minus 1, that is 1. So the slope finally is equal to. Again, we need only 2 points to find the slope. So we are going to use 2 points of the graph. I don't need anything else. Only to replace correctly the values in the formula, okay? I'm going to draw the point in here. And this is the other point. The point 1, 1, okay? And this is the slope. They only are asking you about to find the slope. In the other example, in the example 4, we need to find the slope of horizontal and vertical lines. We only have the example 4, and later we solve the example 5. Maybe the number 4 we can solve it on the. I want to solve it using the app. I'm going to start. Okay. We are going to use this app again, GeoGebra. and I'm going to move the graph depending on the values I need. In this case, where are located the points in the graph? You can see, for example, A, the first point is located when X is -1 and Y is 2. So the point is going to be located in here, right? -1 for X and 2 for Y. And for the other one, 3 for the value of X, and it's going to be 2 for Y. And what I can do later to complete with the graph. I can complete with this. I take the first point and the second one. I can do the same in the other direction, so I have the line complete. This is the line you have in here. This is a horizontal line. How can we find this value? How can we find the slope if we have this horizontal line? I'm going to use the text, so I write in here. If we want to find the slope M for this, I cannot move in here. Okay, but I'm going to read with you the example. You have 2 points. I'm going to write the coordinates then, so you can see it. The first point we have is -1, -1 for X, and 2 for Y. And the other point we have, what is the other point we have? 3 for X and 2 for Y. Look, that is the same value of Y because they are located in the same point, okay? This is a line. So these are the 2 points we have in here, 1.2 and 3,2. I'm going to place it in here, the 2 points. I am going to move only for you to see better. To don't distract you when I write the text. And the text is in here. We are going to find the slope of this. So what values we use, I'm going to move it a little more. What values are we going to use then? We are going to replace for Y and for X. The slope is equal Y2 minus Y1 divided by the values of X, X2 minus X1. So what values do we have? The point number 2 is this one. It's the second point we have. So the first value for Y is going to be 2. And you subtract with the first value of Y, it's also 2. So you're going to subtract 2 minus 2 divided by the values of X. What is the value of X? The first one is 3 and the other one is -1. 3 minus -1. So minus times minus, you change this by a positive sign. Where is the positive? Okay. You already know what is going to be the answer of this, right? The slope, if you have 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 divided by 4. What is going to be the slope? The slope is going to be 0. And yes, 0, because you are going to divide 0 by 4 in here. Okay. I only replace the value. So when you have a horizontal line, this is a rule. You don't need to comprehend. You can prove it because it's going to help you, but this is a rule. When you have a horizontal, a completely horizontal line, the points of Y are the same. The slope is going to be 0, okay? Because the line is not a straight like the other ones, okay? We have in here. This is a completely flat line. So the slope is always 0 when we have this kind of horizontal lines. And for the other one, when the line is vertical, when we have, for example, I'm going to write the other one in the same place. -2 for x and 1 for y. It's in here. And the other point is -2 and 3. I'm going to move, then I need to move -2 and the other point is 3, right? So if I complete this, you have a complete horizontal and vertical line, sorry. And if we have a complete vertical line, the slope is undefined, because what are you going to have? You have the same value for x. And you remember, when you replace the values of x, you are going to subtract, and you are going to obtain 0, because you subtract -2 minus -2. So you are going to obtain 0. And when you divide one number by 0, it's not defined, right? It's not a division that we can solve when we are dividing by 0. So if you have a complete vertical line, the slope is undefined. For this, I'm going to write, I'm not going to replace in the formula because I think that is clear in the idea in here. Because you are going to divide the value of y, you have the slope m, you divide y over x. Maybe I can replace it, but only the formula. I'm not going to replace numeric values. y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And you are going to obtain that m is going to be, I don't know the value of y2 minus y1. We can say that is y. Any value, okay? It can take any value, it doesn't matter. The important thing here is that when you divide x2 and when you subtract x2 minus x1, you are going to obtain 0 because it's the same value for x. You can see it, right? It's the same value for x, so you are going to obtain 0. And when we divide by 0, we don't know what is the correct value. So the slope is going to be undefined when it's a vertical line, a complete vertical line like this. Okay, that's only to finish this. In the theory you have below, I think that you don't need my help to understand this. They are only showing you when a slope is positive and when is negative, okay? So depending on the form, this half, it could be positive or negative. For example, this is the 0 slope you have in the case 3. On the vertical line, you have the undefined slope. If you have it, I'm going to, okay, I'm going to take 1 minute, guys, only to show you this. If I have, for example, in here, 1 point, I'm going to place the points in anywhere, okay? I'm not going to check anything. I'm going to erase so you can see better. I'm going to erase this one and the vertical one so you can see the difference in the horizontal, in the straight lines. So I place 2 points in here. Where are the points? I place 2 points in anywhere, it doesn't matter, okay? I'm going to connect with a line. So if you have this is going to be negative, okay? Because you start in a value, in a higher value, and you are decreasing. You can see that you finish in here, okay? For the value of y. So this is negative. And when it's going to be positive, for example, you have 1 point in here, you have the straight line in here, and you can have the other point, for example, in here, okay? So this is going to be positive because you start in 0 for y, and you are increasing the value of y. So this is going to be positive. That's the theory we have in the example 5. You only determine if it's positive or negative. Okay, you already have this on the image I sent you, but you need to solve the exercises from page 245. I remind you, if you don't, I want to remember this, 248, the guided practice. We always solve the guided practice. So I'm going to stop in here, and If you don't have any other question, guys, I'm going to finish the class. And we continue on Monday. On Monday, we finish with the last topic. This topic is not going to be evaluated on the study guide, so until here is that you are going to study. And we have the review on Wednesday, the guide on Thursday. Bye, guys. Have a nice day. Take care.